Our sweet Breton sister has departed. So considerate. Bah. Jan always planned to return to the road. This one is not surprised she left. Wish her well. Perhaps this is the way for Drodara also. Why, is this not what Drodara retired for? Ogres, floods, crocodiles and bandits? So fun. Would you stay? Probably not. Drodara thinks maybe adventuring life is easier after all. Might need help convincing his other friends to leave, though. Ah, this one would be most grateful. After so many years, Drodara just doesn't have the heart to break everyone's dreams. You could talk to Narstig? He'll have better listening if it comes from you anyways. It was a boon from Bandar that you happened along. Was it Jan who asked you to help Drodara and the others? She has shared those feelings many times over the years. After the events of the last few days, Drodara thinks she might be right. Perhaps retirement is just a bad idea. Of course, Jan will always be a good friend. Still has wildness in her blood, though. Drodara understands that she needs to roam some. Perhaps she will join us when her legs grow weary. Drodara is old, and working a farm is hard, especially if starting over. Like Jan, Drodara also misses life of adventure. If you can convince Narstig and Murkwatcher to leave, this is what Drodara would prefer. Yes, this one was a member of the Mages Guild in good standing for many years. Was tired of casting spells, though. Drodara wanted to settle down and rest. But maybe that just wasn't the fate Riddlethar has seen for him.
Ah, the young adventurer again. You remind me of the old days. So many stories I could tell. But you'll want to be leaving, of course. Well, we might be heading out too. Jan might be right about a curse here. Speaking of Jan, have you seen her? He does? Imagine that. I was trying to think of how to convince him. That settles it then. If we're hitting the road, though, I'll need my old gear. Recovering it will be easier said than done. There is. If I had my armor, my helm, and my axe, I'd do it myself. But that's the thing. When we retired here, I buried all my adventuring gear out by the levee. Would you be willing to go out and get it for me? The more I think about it, the more I wonder why we stayed here this long. A true Nord dies with his axe in hand, not a pitchfork. Besides, this is more swamp now than farm. We spent years building that levee. Damn ogres! I suppose they were thinking just to leave destruction in their wake. Even if they had sacked Wayrest, it's not like they planned to settle in these parts.
I am safe here. The bandits fear the crocodiles, and wisely so.
Now there's a sight for some sore old eyes. Oh, I miss this stuff. You've done me a great favor by getting it back. Probably doesn't look like much to you, but this helm and armor withstood the blows of the Orc warlord Noctul, a Nord killer at Farum. This axe lopped off that monster's misshapen head. I'll drink to those days, and more of them to come. Murkwatcher has aged much in these last few years. She often seems confused about where she is. She can be incredibly stubborn, too. Perhaps you could approach her about leaving.